everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. So today is quite a crazy day. It is raining, and I'm not talking sprinkling. It's literally coming down because I was going to come out here and give you a garden tour, but I can't because it's so wet. So today is quite an exciting day. Today, my daughter and I are heading out to Oregon to go and surprise my sister. She has no idea I'm coming out because my nephew joined the National Guard, and so Tuesday is his last day of being a civilian. So I am going to see my little nephew off, and yeah, it's kind of exciting and scary and you know, sad because I won't see him for a while. So I was going to give you a garden tour, but unfortunately I can't. So many things are growing in the garden. My gosh, the tomatoes are as tall as me. I wish you could see them. Oh my goodness. They are so tall, and I have a lot of blossoms, and a few tomatoes, but my goodness, the cucumber and the zucchini. Wow, I attempted to make some zucchini bread, which I am taking it on the road. It doesn't look that pretty. I'm going to try another attempt. I don't know what went wrong, but I'm going to try another attempt on it. It tastes delicious, but it just doesn't look as pretty as it does in the picture, you know, in that recipe that I followed. So yeah, so we're going to head out, and I'm going to take you for the ride, and we are going to surprise my sister. So by the time you see this vlog, I would have already been back. So enjoy the ride. Alright, so we made a quick pit stop, and my gosh, gas is so crazy expensive. It's almost $7 a gallon here. But we're almost to Mount Shasta, right over the little hump right there, and we're almost there. Another 6 more hours of driving. Alright guys, so we're here, so I'm gonna pull up and surprise her. Oh my goodness, she's gonna be so shocked. Let's see where, there it is. Okay.
On the right.
Alright, we're walking to the front door. Here we go.
Did you know that?
Yes!
That is so weird.
There's my nephew Zachary.
That
There's
is
my
so
sister.
weird. Jazz, come on.
Yeah. Jazz doesn't want to be on television. Alright, so this is the last night of my nephew. Right there, Zachary.
A civilian?
Of becoming a civilian, right?
Becoming a combat engineer for the National Guard.
Combat engineer. And this is his group of hooligans. Right here. Hello, hooligans. Okay, here we are at the airport. He got his ticket, right?
Yes.
You got all your important documents?
Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. My sister's right there in the back. So we've been up since 4 a.m.
Yeah.
What time did you get up?
Got up at 4 a.m.
I thought he got up earlier than us. Okay, so we are back from our trip, and that was quite a long trip, but we had so much fun. So I think in the beginning of this video, I have not edited yet, so I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but I've added pictures of our trip all the way to Oregon, and it was so beautiful. It did not rain, not one bit while we were there. It rained here in California, which is nuts, because right now, yesterday was about 100 and something, and today is supposed to be 103 or something ridiculous like that. So while I was gone, John had to do all of the watering. So I feel irrigation might be coming soon, but he did all of the watering for this big garden, for the little garden, and he actually had my cousin Jessica go and water the containers at the patios. So everything was looking really good, and I do need to get those containers redone at the patios, but we're definitely gonna have to work on that next week. So John did such a great job. Nothing died, which is awesome. All the animals are doing well. The baby chicks are doing fantastic. And then Basil did kill another chicken. I'm just like so disappointed in her. So we do have ways to combat that. And you know, it's not a really nice way, and I don't even know if I should be posting this on YouTube or not. But in order to get our dogs to not kill chickens, we take the dead chicken and we tie it around their neck until it rots. And let me tell you, that's the only thing that has worked with our dogs. We had one, Maggie, who was a straight killer, and another farmer told us to try that out. Or no, I think John just knew that, because John's been a farmer his whole life, and it worked. And so we tried shock collars, we tried, you know, just chaining them up, but we don't want to have our dogs chained up. They're supposed to be protecting our animals. They're not supposed to be killing them. So normally we don't like to keep those type of dogs on our property, because you never know what else they're gonna take out. But we're gonna give her another chance, and we did do that technique, and it's done and over with, so you're not gonna see her running around with the chicken on her neck. But let's see if it works, because I just don't want to lose any more baby chicks. So now we're down to, we started off with 13, I don't want to say, no, 12 baby chicks, and now we're down to 10. So we still have our other ladies, but you know, I hate losing animals, especially to our own animal. But let me just tell you what's going on in the garden. John picked so many eggs while I was gone. I came back to a huge basket of eggs, and along with the other eggs that I had collected before I left. And then I came out to harvest a bunch of cucumber when I first got back. So I had so much work to take care of. And so now today is Saturday. We got back on Wednesday night, and I had just been working on the garden. I've baked some zucchini bread, which is delicious. Instead of using sugar, I used honey, and oh my god, that was a game changer. I think I'm gonna use honey every time I make zucchini bread or banana bread. It was delicious. So that was the first time I've ever done that, and instead of using the sugar. Then let's see what else. I harvested all those zucchinis, the cucumbers. I've pickled a bunch of cucumbers, and I did not have any dill. So the next batch of cucumbers or the pickles that I do, I'm gonna add some dill. This time I only added some mustard seed and I forgot some other things, some other spices. But yeah, super easy. I just Googled it and a bunch of stuff came up. So today I'm gonna harvest some more cucumber from here because, oh my god, I have so many cucumbers. It's crazy. And the zucchini, my gosh. So we only got a handful of tomatoes, but let me give you a quick glimpse as to what's happening in the garden. And my goals today is to just clean up the big garden. I really want to weed eat and take care of a few things. So let me share with you, my goodness, the cucumber. So over here we have some botanical interest and some Lake Valley cucumber. So on this side, which you can't even tell anymore, was the botanical interest, and the other side was the Lakeview pickling cucumbers. And they have been producing so many cucumber. It has been just nuts. And I know there's a ton of them in here. It's like going scavenger hunting for cucumber. So I feel the next time I plant cucumber, I'm definitely gonna put it on a trellis. I'm probably just gonna put a trellis right in here, and that way I could just see the cucumber hanging instead of having to go in here and scavenge for cucumber, because it's crazy. I mean, there's just, look at that. There's some right here. Look at that. How awesome. So there's a ton of them in here. So I'm just gonna hurry up and pick these, and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff. Wow, that is a lot of cucumber. Now, this is pretty much the size that I like for pickling, but I do have some of the smaller ones, like these little guys that are different. I forgot which one's which. I think these soft little ones are the Lake Valley, and the ones with the little bumps, like these ones, are the botanical interest. So yeah, so that's what's happening right there with the cucumber. Now let's go for the squash. So that is quite a bit of zucchini and cucumber. So I'm going to go ahead and run this into the house. I've learned that when you pick the cucumber, you should be picking them, or any vegetable, you should be picking them early in the morning or later in the evening when it's cold. And if you do pick it when it's a little bit warm, you should take the cucumber, put it into the house, and put it in cold water, and that'll keep it from getting soggy. It'll be nice and crunchy. All right, so now that I got those cucumbers in water, here we have our Johnny Slick's zucchini squash, which I just harvested a ton of. It has been producing fiercely. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 plants, and I harvest anywhere between 4 to 6 zucchini approximately, maybe sometimes every day, sometimes every other day. It just depends on how many fruit are in there, but my goodness, quite a few zucchini, and I'm not tired of eating zucchini yet. We've been eating in so many different ways. But look over here. So here are the these are my Burpees VF Roma tomatoes, and look at that. Do you see how many? Oh my goodness, there's so many. Now this one, I don't know why the leaves are curling. Do you see that? It's not because it's lacking water. It has plenty of water, but ever since I trimmed it the first time, the leaves curled up like that, and they've never been the same. Then I noticed that we had some spider mites, because I saw like some little cobwebs on there, and did some research, and so we did have some spider mites, but we also have a ton of ladybugs, and ladybugs do eat spider mites along with aphids. So I don't really want to spray anything on the plants. I know I've been looking into a lot of organic sprays, like they have this one that's called BT. I've never used it before, but I figure if the ladybugs are coming in and taking care of them, because we have so many of them, then maybe they'll be okay. I'm not too sure yet. But I did find a hornworm on one of the tomato plants, and I noticed that there are some of the leaves that have been eaten by little hornworms, but it's not super severe. So I don't know if, because we have frogs in here, we have so many little critters in here, lizards and all kinds of things. So I don't know if those are eating them. I have no idea. But it hasn't been too bad lately. So I don't know. I don't know if I should spray chemicals or if I should just let the ladybugs do their job. And a part of me feels like I just want the ladybugs to do their job because I don't want to spray. First of all, I don't want to spend money on chemicals. And second one, I don't want to spray it on my vegetables if I don't need to. So that's what's happening right here with the Roma tomatoes. And then over here we have the San Marzano Roma tomatoes. And look, do you see those? Look at that. We have so many of them right here. Then over here on this side, let's see. Oh yeah, these are all San Marzanos. We have so many. Over here, we have some more cucumbers. And they're doing so well. See? Did you see that little bug damage right there? God, I hope. I don't know. I've been searching and looking for these little critters, but as you can see, I got a jungle. I don't think I'm gonna find them. Oh, I got a couple more little cucumbers right here. Look at that. So let's see, just one little cucumber. But yeah, these tomato plants are doing super good. Now over here, look at this jungle. So we have some sun golds right in there. Let me give you a better view. There we go. Look at that. We have some sun golds coming in. We have so many different, look at that, so many of them. And then over here on this side we have some beefsteak right here. Now I know I planted a lot of tomatoes in this spot. See, do you see that? That is, do you see those little white dots on there? That's from those spider mites. And how you can tell is that it leaves a little, it looks like little cobwebs, tiny little cobwebs on the leaves. But on here, so what I've been doing is, because there's so many leaves in the inside that are not seeing the sun, and I've been kind of trimming up some of those leaves in the inside. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing that, if that's the right thing to do, but it just seems so bushy. So that's what I've been doing over here. Also, I know I planted them too close together, so I think next time around I'm probably only going to plant like 5 or 6 in the container and see how that does. But so far, I'm okay with it. And I didn't keep up with the suckers, so there's a ton of suckers everywhere. Like, there's one right there. And they've just been taking control of everything. So right here we have some basil. I planted some basil seeds right in here, and they're doing fantastic. Oh my goodness, let me show you. Let me show you the beefsteaks. So, put this cucumber in my pocket. All right. So there is one of the beefsteaks right there. Look at that. But this one, I don't have that many beefsteaks. And I don't know if it's because I trimmed too many leaves off or, I don't know, but look at that pest damage. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I should spray anything. I feel like I might have to, because I don't want it to take out my plants. I mean, I've been vigorously looking, and I've only found a couple of hornworms. We're gonna have to figure that out. Okay, so over here, let me show you. We have our ginger. Our ginger is doing fantastic. Now I feel like I might have to stake these so they could go straight up. But look, we have one right here, one right there. Oh, so many of them. And the peppers, fantastic. Look how good they're doing. They have literally grown since I got back. They have even grown more. It's nuts. Over here is the lemongrass, doing fantastic. The shoots are getting pretty good size, so that's awesome. And then, let's see, over there we have some watermelon. I have to find out what varieties these are, but I did plant a few different varieties. So in this area is one variety, and then in this area is a different variety. And then over here we have some cantaloupe right there. Now I did plant some more cantaloupe in this spot. I put some seeds in the ground, but the birds ended up taking them out. And that's fine because I know this is all just gonna grow. So look at the sunflowers. I started these from seed and they're just doing super well, but of course, look at a little bug damage right there. And yeah, that's how it goes. All right, so look at those pumpkins. Okay, I thought I planted butternut squash. It's not. It's not butternut squash. It is spaghetti squash. Because I know that's what spaghetti squash looks like. So, I hope I'm correct. But that, do you see that one? I don't know what that is. Very curious what I planted here. I have no idea. But I did plant some jack-o'-lantern seeds. And so, look at how big. This I started from seed not too long ago. And there's so many. Look how, oh, they're so big. Oh, look at this one. See? See the bug damage? So there has to be a worm, some sort of hornworm or something eating the plants. So yeah, these are doing so well, but the bug damage is bothering me. Okay, over here we have some more beef steak. Okay, so at first I thought that I planted the wrong seeds or the seedlings over here that I started. And no, they're beefsteak. They just, see that? You see that big ass steak tomato? Oh, so there's a whole bunch of them on here. And I cannot wait to see how that turns out, because this is a heirloom beefsteak tomato by Lake Valley. And then we have here, I think these are called, I always forget, Cherry Falls. We have Cherry Falls right here, and they're loaded. It's loaded. But again, we have some pest damage. You can see that, some spider mites. I don't know, guys. I feel like I might have to find something to combat that, because look, they're just going to town. But we have so many tomatoes. Oh, there's a little bug right there. So many tomatoes. Do you see all those tomatoes in there? Look at that. It's just fully loaded with little tomatoes. That's just so awesome. Now over here, in the last video I said I planted edamame. No, I did not plant edamame. These are jade beans because we need some jade beans on the garden. So I did have a whole bunch. I did plant, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did plant 5 of them, but only 3 of them popped up, and I don't think this one is gonna make it. The birds took them out. The birds took out the little seedlings, so I think that's gonna be fine. Two vines should be plenty. Over here is my lemon tree. It's not dead, but it hasn't really grown anything. Oh, look it. Yes, it has. It has a little flower. Oh my goodness. So it is happy. So that's awesome. It's growing. Okay, so over here we have some more tomatoes. Look at all those little tomatoes. This one is another cherry tomato variety, and it's looking pretty good. See the little poop right there? Those little black dots? That, my friend, is a hornworm poop. So there's obviously some hornworms on here. Look at that. Just been going to town. But yeah, so we have tons of cherry tomatoes right here. This one is called pole cherries. And then we have this shimmering hybrid right here. These ones are so pretty in color. Look at that. I grew these last year and they were so beautiful. And they were so flavorful. So that one, we do have quite a few growing. See that? Oh my goodness, so many. Wow. I knew I planted a lot of tomatoes, but you know, when you actually physically see them produce the fruit, that is a lot of tomatoes. So, wow. I'm gonna have so many tomatoes, and they're probably gonna be harvested and be ripe all at one time, of course. But I do need to figure out what to do about that pest damage. So I'm gonna do some more research and find out, because I don't want them to, you know, eat all of my plants and destroy them before I could reap the benefits. So I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. But over here is our corn, and our corn is doing fantastic. I don't know what's happening with this little guy, but look at that. I don't know. That's not normal. What is going on? That looks like corn right there. You see that? But I don't know what's happening with that one. It's a little confused. So this is our little corn patch, and it's actually doing pretty good. Look at all those ears of corn. My first time ever, no, this is probably like my second time planting corn. The last time I planted corn, I didn't really get much. So that's what's happening in the big garden. And my goal today is to organize it. As you can see, we have a ton of plants in here. And so when I water, because I don't have irrigation, but like I said, I feel like it's might be coming soon. It's really hard because the hose keeps getting kinked up. So my goal is to rearrange all of these plants and trim them, clean them up, and get them ready to be used in some job sites. So that's my goal today, is to come in here and rearrange everything. I brought some wine barrels in here, and our goal is to, first I was going to cut them in half and make them into planters, but I have so many planters that I yet have been able to plant up. So I don't want to make any more work for myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have John, see those two wine barrels? Oh, one's right there, and the other one's right next to it. I'm going to have him drill a hole in the top so we could put umbrellas and put some little bar stools. And I think that would be fun, just to be able to hang out over here. Let's see. We have our blueberry. Now, our blueberry plant, when I left, was not doing too well at all. And then I changed up the soil, and I added more acidic soil to the container. As soon as I did that, bam, the leaves started like really coming in. Let me show you. Look at that. So when I left, all of these leaves were so dry, and there's some blueberries. And then I fixed up the soil, added a more acidic soil mix into the already existing soil. And man, that really made a huge difference, because all of the leaves were super dry and burnt. But I think that's what it needed. Now over here, this was my pea bed, and I'm just going to take out everything. This was a tomato that I popped in here. I'm probably just going to keep the tomato plant, but everything else I'm going to remove. I should have removed this a long time ago, but I was just letting them go and turn into seeds, and I'm going to harvest all these seeds and keep them for next year. So yeah, that's what's happening. So now let's go into the little garden, and I'll show you what's happening in the little garden. Okay, so over here in the little garden, look at these sunflowers. We did not have sunflowers when I left, and now it's kind of bright out here, but look at these. Now these are all voluntary sunflowers, so I hope they come back next year. But over here, let me just show you what the garden. Alright, so over here, I wanted to do a little stone pathway. So this area, I'm just trying it out to see how I like it, and it looks pretty nice. So I think I'm going to have the stone pathway kind of go all the way around the garden. So now first, over here, we have some more onions. So I did plant some more onions, and as you can see, they are already popping up right there, and some more right there. So in this bed also, I have some red onions, and then over here, we have some, strawberries, and then I have this peach carnation. Now we did get quite a few strawberries, but nothing yet. So over here we have some eggplant, and I did see a flower on one of these eggplants right here. Now over here we have some zucchini squash by Johnny's Select Seeds. I did pop in a couple more seeds, one on each end, and they're both doing really well. Over here we have a mixed bed of onions. Now the onions, I just tossed a bunch of seeds and walla onions, red onions, white onions, and then just, you know, that's what happened. So that looks pretty good. We have some oregano right there growing fiercely. And then, let's see, oh, look at this blackberry. I harvested so many different blackberries. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, so delicious. Not quite ready yet, but my goodness, we had so many. And then I put my little Halloween mask to prevent the birds from eating them. Over here we have our corn, and it's doing pretty good. I don't think it's doing as well as the ones in the big garden, but that's okay. Now over here we have some peppers, and I thought these were sweet peppers, but I noticed a little bell pepper. Do you see that? So cute. I got two little bell peppers right here. And then we have some of these little sweet yellow peppers. So these are doing really, really well. And then in the next bed we have some Black Beauty. These are by Burpees. I just popped in some seeds right here. I want to say these are Black Beauty squash. I think it's squash. Then we have some eggplants right here. These ones are going to be those big purple eggplants. I popped in some seeds right there. They're doing really well. Those are the Kermit eggplants. Then we have some green onion, which I'm just going to go ahead and harvest all those. And I don't know. I'm going to have to YouTube and figure out how I'm going to store those. Now we have some yellow squash right here that I started from seed, and it's doing fantastic. And then over here we have some shallots, which I'm going to harvest soon. I feel like they might be ready because as you can see it went to flower, and I don't know if it's supposed to or if I'm supposed to harvest it before then or what, but I don't know. So here we have some garlic, which I do know that the garlic is ready because they said when the leaves are dry then it's ready. So let's take a look. Oh, it's pretty tough. Oh yeah, it looks ready. Oh, that's exciting. So I'm just gonna get a little shovel. Let me see. No, I don't have one. Okay, so I'm going to get a little shovel and I'm going to dig out some of these. And we have some elephant garlic in the back there, those big ones that just went to flower. So I'm going to harvest those garlic, see how they turned out. But yeah, so that's what's happening in the garden. So far, so good. Everything's growing really well. Let me show you the basil. The basil is growing pretty good. And then the cilantro went to flower. I'm not sure if we could still harvest them and eat them. I'm sure we can, but oh, let me show you. So here are the strawberry. This is my little strawberry bucket, but the chickens got in it and destroyed it, and he's never made a comeback. And then over here are the edamames that I started from seed, doing really well. Then we have some more lemongrass right here, and we have some basil right here. Look at that. Then we have a little Thai chili plant right here that is giving us, look at that, a tiny little Thai chili right there. So cute. And then this is the cilantro that went to seed, but it smells so good. And then of course our crazy mint here. Thank God I didn't put this in the ground. But yeah, so thank you for joining me on this trip to see my nephew off to basic training. I'm so excited for him, and I cannot wait to see him when he gets back. He's going to get back in like 2 months, so we're going to find out if he has like if we can go visit him, because he's all the way in Missouri right now, and it's so humid. It's like, we checked it last night, it's supposed to be 77% humidity, and this kid is not used to that. So I'm sure he's doing fantastic. But thank you for watching. Take care, be safe, and thank you for joining me on this trip. Bye-bye, and I'll see you in the next video.